Hello and welcome. We have come to return to talk once more about Jungle Book. This time the live action version that came out only a couple of years ago in 2016. So before I get really deep into it, I do want to say I was really surprised pleasantly by how fantastic this was. I'm not a remake person. I think that the originals are great and there's nothing really you can add on to it and let things be the way they are. I bow down to you, movie. I bow down. You did a fantastic job. The script is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. Not even the music, because they don't do the musical numbers. The score in this film is so beautiful, and everything that they made changes to is a really great improvement, and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I did not think I would, and I really did. So let's break down some things here. I have my IMDb listing up because it's an all-star cast, and I know I'm gonna forget people / not be able to pronounce their names. The director is Jon Favreau, and he has done such amazing work. He did all the Iron Man films. He did Spider-Man Homecoming. All of those films we're gonna be talking about next month. But he also is I think he's doing, oh. He's directing The Lion King. I don't know how I feel about that now, because we'll talk about that more when we actually get to The Lion King. But that is a movie that I'm really avoiding and thinking that it's really terrible to do. But if he did Jungle Book and Jungle Book was as amazing as it was, I'm torn. It may be good, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. They're doing a second Jungle Book? They're doing a second Jungle Book. I'm finding out all this news right now and you're finding it out too, but why is there a second Jungle Book needed? I don't have any comment on that. You have an all-star cast, like I said. You have Bill Murray, who I adore, as Baloo. However, I did not like him as Baloo. I did not like the way he did Baloo. I didn't like the interpretation that Baloo was more of a con man. I liked the sweet, innocent, really fun, genuine Baloo that we had. Like, you took that all away.
Relax, kid. No need to get worked up, okay?
Lupita Nyong'o. I love her name so much. It's so much fun to say.
These are two different animals, but they have formed a family unit.
So this also goes along with the story. She plays Raksha, who was the mother wolf. So this is one change that they have in the beginning compared to the original. That the mother wolf is taking care of Mowgli, and she wants to keep him. And it's Shere Khan, who is a tiger, who's hunting him, same thing as before, but they don't push him out. They just know that because he is growing up to be a man, and you have the villain that is Shere Khan, who is Irish Eba's character. He's the one that basically is the motivation to set him along his path, that he wants to go, he has to go to the man village. But no one is forcing him to leave, and I really like that concept. It makes it a lot more sweeter, and that he's still accepted, and that she really just wants to keep him because it's her cub. It's her man cub, and it's really sweet, and I love the direction they went into story-wise, that they made that change. That was a positive change. I don't say it often. Same scenario happens where he goes along, has his pal, Bagheera, helps him along his journey, and then runs into trouble with Kaa, who is voiced by Scarlett Johansson, and ends up finding Baloo, who is Bill Murray, who ruined this movie for me, and I love Bill Murray, and then continues on to find King Louie, who is voiced by the wonderful Christopher Walken. oh, he's terrible in this film. He's terrible in most of the stuff, and he's terribly fantastic at it, and it's wonderful.
You know who I am?
No.
I am the king of the bad dialogue. Call me Louis.
He is a rare personality that you just love his work, even though it is terrible, you just enjoy the terribleness of it. Majority of the actors that I just mentioned are all Marvel characters and they're all in Marvel films, and that makes me really giddy. I think everyone except for Christopher Walken and Bill Murray that I mentioned are all Marvel actors. No wonder this film is fantastic. I'm such a Marvel fangirl. They did a really good job. I liked the direction they did with everything overall. I liked how Ka was used. They also did change the ending. This will be a spoiler. Your warning is here. Okay, warning is heated. We'll continue. So there's a spoiler at the ending that I really did like and was really impressed by. Instead of Maui going into the village to find a girl and just settle down and be a man, he ends up fighting off the tiger with fire, because that's the man flower is fire, the red flower is fire. And whereas he has to make the decision for himself to either go to the village and to kill a tiger, he ends up using it to benefit the animals. And the animals have a law that the tiger broke or something. That was a little bit weird. And after the battle happens, Maui wins and he's able to go back and continue living with his wolf family and the cubs, and everything is happy and everything is done and he still lives in the jungle. And that's interesting because in the original that didn't happen. He goes to the village and that's it. It was a big change, but it worked really well. That being said, I really don't know what's going to happen with Lion King now. I don't know if I should still be concerned, but we're going to talk about that when we actually talk about Lion King. This is all about Jungle Book. Overall, I was blown away. This is a fantastic film. They did a wonderful job. But we're going to continue onwards. And tomorrow we're going to go back to original material with the Aristocats. That's our next film on the list. So stay tuned, and as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I'll see you real soon.